Hi, welcome to the Mathematics Department portion of 8th grade Parent Night for 2020. I know this isn't our traditional format, so I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. A lot of important information tonight, so I'm going to kind of try and hit three main goals as we talk through. The first goal that we're going to hit on is just a little bit of information about our department and the teachers. The second and the biggest goal for tonight is looking at freshman recommendations, the process, the pathways, and what our goals are in that process. And then finally address some frequently asked questions that come up each year. So first, a little bit about our department. We offer a traditional curriculum, and that's in terms of the name. We offer courses like Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, names that you're probably familiar with from your own high school experience. We choose to keep these traditional names because it makes it very clear to other schools what students have and have not seen. So whether they're transitioning to the post-secondary or they're transitioning during their secondary years from one high school to another, this makes it very clear what they've seen and what they haven't, and helps to make a more appropriate placement for student later in their mathematics experience. While the course titles are traditional, the courses definitely are not. You will see a wide variety of instructional strategies taking place in any of our classrooms. We really strive to take the best of the old and the best of the new and merge it together to present a really quality product for your sons and daughters. I encourage teachers to take the skills of their students as learners along with their strengths as instructors and merge those together to find the best way to attack given content to help students maximize their understanding and grow throughout the process. It's wonderful. You'll see tons of strategies up and down our hallways on a given day, and we really want students to experience that wealth of strategies within a given year as well as throughout the 4 years here at Geneva High School. Now, this curriculum is delivered by a dedicated group of people. The group of teachers that I have the pleasure of working for do a fantastic job working with kids. They're outstanding mathematicians, but more importantly, they love working with secondary age students. I see them here before school, after school, sponsoring clubs and activities, and finding ways to help students achieve their goals, whether it's in the math classroom or outside of the math classroom. They are here to support your sons and daughters, and they will do what they can to help them see the highest level of success through their 4 years here. I have sons and daughters here in the district, a sophomore at the high school. I have a freshman coming in next year as well, and I have younger ones also. And I feel really confident that no matter what math classroom they land in, they're going to get a solid experience. People are people, so they may not love every teacher that they land with, but I know they're going to have a great experience that's going to help them grow as a mathematician and grow as a person throughout that year and develop strong skills that will help them see success both throughout math in high school as well as whenever post-secondary opportunities they take advantage of. Our course offerings are very wide and varied. We have courses ranging from a 2-year Algebra 1 course through advanced calculus courses offered by the University of Illinois, as well as courses in computer science. We have this wealth of courses so we can really target where students' skill set is and help them grow from that point. If we get them at the right starting point, we see success throughout. You're going to notice multiple levels on several of our courses. I do want to stress that these are not tracks. All right, so these are pathways, and there are on-ramps and off-ramps at every year. So when a student completes geometry at any of the 3 levels, they can choose to move into any of the 3 levels of Algebra 2. There's some natural transitions that students tend to take, but if a student is under challenged 1 year, they can move to honors the next year. If a student is over challenged 1 year, they can move to a more supportive environment the next year. So it's going to provide that flexibility so we can really target the learner's needs where they are. Jumping into the goals of freshman placement, we really have 3 primary goals. The first goal is a strong Algebra 1 foundation. I can't stress the importance of this. Success in Algebra 1 really leads to strong success the rest of the way through high school. If we can build that strong foundation, they're going to see success. So much of later secondary mathematics is building on those skills from Algebra 1 that without them, it's really hard for students to see high levels of success. Now, this is a place where sometimes we do have a recommendation that can be a little hard for parents, and that's a recommendation to retake Algebra 1. If you see this recommendation, don't look at it as a negative, look at it as an opportunity to see a lot of success. I've had students that have retaken Algebra 1 as a freshman and gone on to see great levels of success in our mathematics and be among some of our strongest mathematicians. They just got a little ahead of themselves in 8th grade. And as the maturity and age caught up, they turned into that fantastic, amazing math student that we knew they were to begin with. They just got a little bit ahead. The second is to provide the appropriate amount of challenge for students. This is probably the most important in helping our students maximize their growth. There's 3 types of challenge. There's too easy, just right, and too tough. Too easy is when we under-challenge a student, we underplace them. Bad habits start to form. And we really want to avoid that because we want to help the students maintain and develop skills that will help them work through challenge. Life is full of challenges, and we have to help them develop those skills so that they can have a bump in the road, learn how to stand up from that bump, clean off, and progress, and see the success from learning how to repair a struggle. All right, and that's when we get them into the proper placement, is when they do have bumps in the road. But when those bumps happen, the support and the time is there that they can get up, they can figure out the material, put in a little bit of effort, understand it, and see success moving forward. All right, it should be a little bit of an up and down for students, some struggle followed by some success, followed by some struggle, followed by some success. If we can make that experience for our students, we're going to see the best growth from them. All right, but what we want to avoid is having the struggle overtake, and that's when we get to the third kind of challenge, which is over-challenge. Over-challenge is a struggle for students, because what happens is when they have that bump in the road, there's another bump right after it, so they don't have time to stand up and recover from that experience and see success on the next topic, or see success at trying to remediate some of those struggles that they had the first bump in the road. Because as those bumps just keep building, the student starts to find themselves in this hole that's very hard to get out of. This is a place that I really, really want students to avoid, because when this happens, a student that maybe is a great mathematician starts to feel like they're not good at math, which really isn't the case. It's just that they're in a class that's a little too tough for them at that time. And if we back them up one spot, they're going to see a lot more success because they're going to build those skills so that they can take on those tougher and tougher challenges. They're just not there yet. All right, and our whole goal is to help them develop up to that point. And then the final goal, and for a lot of people, one of the most important is going to be meeting those graduation and college entrance requirements. With regard to graduation requirements, the first main graduation requirement is 3 years of mathematics. This has to include a course in Algebra 1 as well as a course with geometry content. Any pathway that your sons and daughters move through will allow them to meet these requirements. As far as entrance requirements for colleges and universities, this is a very broad generalization. This is an ever-changing landscape. So typically what I'm seeing from a typical college, an Eastern, a Western, a Northern, the minimum entrance requirement is 3 years of math, including Algebra 2. So they really want to see Algebra 2 completed. For a more selective school like a University of Illinois, Purdue, and beyond, then you're going to look at a requirement of 4 years of mathematics. And they're going to want to see Algebra 2 plus a course beyond Algebra 2, whether it's pre-calculus, AP statistics, or one of our other higher level electives. Again, this is a generalization and it's ever changing. So this gives you a general idea, but if there's a specific college or university, there's never any harm in looking into it early so that you know what expectations are there for your sons and daughters. As far as the process, question comes up, who makes the recommendation? The primary person is the 8th grade teacher. They know your sons and daughters as learners the best right now. They've worked with them all year. They've really seen the ins and outs of them in the classroom, as well as how they're handling the hybrid or remote experience that they're having right now. This is really going to help them make a solid recommendation. The 8th grade teachers, I can't say enough, do a fantastic job with this recommendation. If there's one takeaway from this entire presentation, trust what that 8th grade teacher tells you. Now, with that, if something seems totally out of what's expected, don't hesitate to give them a call. And just ask for an explanation. Why was this recommendation? They're going to give you the information as to why they made that, what they were maybe worried about in the student taking a tougher course, or what they were worried about in maybe the student taking an easier course. And that's where they're going to help you kind of see what went into their decision. In borderline cases, sometimes the 8th grade teachers will reach out to me as the department chair, and we'll kind of problem solve through a specific student and make a decision based on what we've seen in the past of what might be the best starting spot for that student. Occasionally when there's exceptional needs, a counselor will get involved in the situation. If there's an IEP or 504 or some other learning needs that need to be addressed, sometimes they will come in and help with the decision. Now, when we make this decision, we have to focus on math skills. Math is a ladder, and if there's rungs missing in a ladder, it's going to be very, very hard for the students to successfully climb that ladder. So what we have to do is we have to look at where their skill set is. Grades have a lot of important things in them, such as, being a good student, good study skills. But in terms of getting the appropriate starting spot, we really have to focus on the skill set. If we get the skill set and we know where that's at, then we can put them on that starting spot in the secondary mathematics that will help them see success for all 4 years as they move forward and maximize their growth and keep them at that appropriate level of challenge. Again, we want some struggle, but we want the opportunity to see success as they move through. Now, from this, you're going to have a couple other videos depending on what your son or daughter is currently taking in 8th grade. So please select from the next 2 videos, either the video for 8th grade mathematics if your son or daughter is in 8th grade math, or the video for Algebra 1 or Geometry if those are the course they're currently taking. And I'll talk to you a little bit about the specific pathways from those courses. Thank you.